Welcome to the CSI Crime Lab, Graveyard Shift. I'm Gil Grissom, and you must be the new intern. I know it's your first night, but we're short-handed and... Grissom. Yeah, Jim. We're just leaving. We've got a homicide. I know you've got good problem-solving skills or you wouldn't be here. You'll have to jump right in on this crime scene with me. John Webster said, "Death hath 1,000 doors to let out life." Let's find out which one our victim took. First officer, fill us in.
Let's see, manager got a call from a guest complaining about noise. He checked it out, found the TV going pretty loud, and this young lady here who didn't exactly need it turned up. No signs of forced entry. Manager's name is Bert Suston. He's pretty bent out of shape, but cooperative enough. You can question him if you want. Wish I had more for you.
It's a start, and the crime scene will have plenty to say. Probably a good idea to start with our victim. Some kind of stain on the sink here. We should try to detect what it is. A bloodstain pattern, trying to tell its story. Nice find. If there was a struggle here, then why no obvious blood on the Vic? We should swab it. We should definitely have Greg take a look at this in the lab. Look at that. There's some bruising on her neck. These marks strongly suggest she was strangled, likely a violent killing. Perhaps there's more we can learn. Deep bruising patterns suggest a ligature, sexual ritual, or premeditated murder. We can't use that here. 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 There's no prints here. There's nothing special there. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. Just a hair, right? A tiny thing and yet so very big. Note, it is not the victim's hair color. Someone else was here, in close proximity to the deceased. This is an expensive bauble to leave behind. May rule out robbery as a likely motive. Initials KY engraved on it. This could help us establish Kylie's identity. Let's check that TV for prints, too. Hotel room like this, we may have to sort through dozens, but the right one may be waiting. Since the TV was on, somebody probably used this recently. Maybe the killer. Let's find out.
Look, I know a girl died and it's a shame, but I got a business to run. Bird Sustin, I manage the hotel. What do you want to know? Showgirl on the strip, nice enough, never made no trouble. Kind of a regular here, made a half-dozen visits over the past couple of weeks. No credit cards, strictly cash and carry, capiche? If she had company tonight, I don't know who. My business is minding my own business. We only give keys out to registered guests. My, patrons don't like to be dropped in on, catch my drift? And I got the only master key. No idea. First name was Kylie. Last, well, that kind of varied. Smith, Jones. Seems I remember her using a different name first time she filled out the check-in card. Sure, I figured you'd want to see it. There's an address on it, too. Now, do you mind? Cops hanging around ain't all that helpful for my business. Hey, that's all I gotta say right now.
So, you're Grissom's latest victim, huh? Well, I'm in charge of the victims who aren't still walking around. Albert Robbins, welcome aboard. I'll do my best to answer your questions. How our Vic died, what the murder weapon was, maybe even the deceased's identity. And remember, I'm dealing with trace evidence you weren't even aware of at the crime scene, so don't be a stranger. When you need information about the body, just ask. After death, a human body generally drops 2 degrees the first hour and another degree every hour after that, with a 4-hour give or take. Given the core temperature of the victim's liver and the ambient temp at the crime scene, I estimate she was killed between 11 and 11:30 p.m. Asphyxia due to strangulation. The hyoid bone, just under the bruising on her neck, was broken. Quick death, anyway. I found traces of skin under 3 of her nails. Not a lot, but enough to indicate she may have been trying to fight off her assailant. Found some money stuffed in her mouth, which you can also take with you. There are petechiae in the victim's eyelids, tiny pinpoint hemorrhages caused when the blood backs up into the capillaries. But with an internal injury like this, you won't have much, if any, of the victim's blood at the scene. Any blood you find is more likely the killer's.
Oh, so you're the new pledge around the CSI frat house. How do you like the initiation so far? Look, I know what it's like to be thrown in the pool and told to swim. I'm here for you. Greg Sanders. Confidentially, I'm the guy who keeps this party hopping. Hey, you want to know the composition of unknown evidence from the field? You know who to call. You want me to run a DNA comparison on some samples? My pleasure. Just select the item you want me to analyze and drag it onto me. Don't be shy. You want me to compare a couple of items? Just give them to me. And if you want to use a computer or the microscope, just click on them and I'll tell you more. Now you know who really runs things. Hey, good news. You found enough DNA for a profile, but comparing it to another sample is where the fun begins. What you got there is a partial print. Tricky little things, partials. Not enough info to call up a rap sheet in the database. Best thing you can hope for is finding an existing print or rap sheet and compare the partial to it. I were you, I'd scan those prints into the computer over there and run a search for any known suspects. Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence. Blood, with plenty of DNA for me to draw comparisons. Next to me, computer's your best buddy. It's hooked up to a number of search databases. Just drag the evidence onto either side of the computer and click search. To make comparisons, just drag evidence onto both sides and click compare. If you got anything, you'll find out right away.
Come on in, and I'm glad to see you. We've been shorthanded on the night shift for too long. I'm Captain Jim Brass. Anything you need on the law enforcement side, I'm your new best friend. You want somebody brought in for questioning, need a warrant, an arrest? I'll make it happen. So what's up on the hotel killing? Yeah, I looked into our Vic's brilliant showbiz career, which consisted of one chorus line gig with a production that shut down a couple of weeks ago. Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to talk to him again, you gotta come up with a good reason. Sheriff Mobley hates it when we harass the locals. It costs him votes.
What's up?
There's a clear difference between those. Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation. Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation.
Don't be afraid of the microscope. It's your friend too. Want to look at something under it? Just drag any trace evidence onto either side of the lens. To compare two things, drag the second item onto the other available slot. If you find a match, your evidence and case files will update. Sweet, huh? I've done everything I can think of with that. Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
Ms. Strickland? Jenny Strickland?
Yes?
Gil Grissom, Las Vegas Crime Lab. My assistant and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Go ahead. Oh. Oh my God. Is it Karen? It's not Karen who got killed, is it?
Maybe we can answer your question, Miss Strickland, if you'll tell us about Karen.
My best friend when I was in middle school, Karen Yardstrom. We took all our Christmas money and bought matching bracelets, inscribed our initials on them. Oh, wow. I haven't heard from Karen in years. She isn't the one who...
That's a strong possibility.
How terrible. Awful. Oh, we ran in different cliques, you know, in high school. Hers was kind of a rougher crowd, but I never dreamed. I'm sorry, Mr. Grissom. I need to go back inside now. I hope I've been helpful.
You have. Sorry to bring you such sad news, Miss Strickland. Let's talk to Brass in his office, get him to track down Karen Yardstrom's real address. That should do it for now.
Hey. Can't think of much more to tell you about that. Tough to get prints or anything useful off money. This is no exception. Came up blank. Sorry.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Sure. Seems she lived in the Hamilton apartments. I'll send a unit to open it up for you. Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to talk to him again, you gotta come up with a good reason. Sheriff Mobley hates it when we harass the locals. It costs him votes.
Looks like Kylie kept things simple at home. Neat, orderly, almost compulsive. Sometimes a control freak away from home cuts loose, goes a little wild. Hundreds of years, investigators have examined correspondence and address books for clues. Today, that means checking out a victim's PC. Let's look at her calendar. Her last scheduled meeting was at 10 p.m. with one Devin Rogers at our hotel. Possible suspect. We'll need to talk to Brass to find Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. A prescription for interferon. It's used in treatment of Hep C infections. Dated yesterday. Kylie may have just found out about her condition. Receipts from different hotels, ordered chronologically.
Hey, Kylie, it's your buddy Bert. Forget about me.
Well, you ain't slipped my mind. Not when you owe me 3 bills for that TV you trashed. Oh, unless, of course, you can think up another way to settle up. You could do that.
Seems our hotel manager knew Kylie better than he was letting on. Let's bring this information to Brass.
Hey. They're just hotel receipts. Nothing special about them. Man, I hope she got air miles for all these. Analyze the meds inside, and just like the label says, it's interferon. Looks like the pharmacy did their job. I was able to lift some latent prints from it too. They look like partials. It's a magnetic chromium dioxide audio cassette tape. Nothing special to tell you about it. I were you, I'd scan those prints into the computer over there and run a search for any known suspects.
Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. There's a clear difference between those. Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to talk to him again, you gotta come up with a good reason. Sheriff Mobley hates it when we harass the locals. It costs him votes. You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in. We appreciate you cooperating with us, Mr. Rogers.
Cut the BS. You have a warrant. What do you want? Kylie. Oh yeah, sure. The showgirl. I know who you mean.
Know her? How?
We were just, you know, friendly acquaintances. We'd get together, hang out, party a little. Nice kid. Sweet. Not hard like some of the dancers. Everybody liked her.
Somebody didn't like her. She was murdered tonight.
Kylie? Oh no, not Kylie. What kind of sick creep would hurt a nice kid like... Hey, wait a minute. You're not... Now you don't think I... No way. Never. I'm no saint, but I never killed no one. Check it out. Jeez, I don't really remember. You know how it is with social stuff. 2 weeks, maybe? Yeah, I got a few cuts and stuff. Since when is that a crime?
It isn't, but it might prove that you committed one.
There's nothing else I can tell you right now.
What's up?
A partial fingerprint. Could still be useful, though. We need to compare it to a full print to establish a match. Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation.
Can't think of much more to tell you.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Look, we questioned him at the scene. You want to...
I'm afraid I don't have anything else to tell you. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to tell you.
Drag the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search screen of our lab computer and run a search. See what comes up. Drag the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search...
Hey. Nothing new to report on that. Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
Drag the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search screen of our lab computer and run a search. See what comes up.
I've done everything I can think of with that. Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
Devon, the last person in our victim's date book, has a criminal record. The devil's in the details, and it looks like we've implicated this devil.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in.
All right, okay, I won't lie to you. I saw her. I saw her tonight.
Where?
Hotel way down the strip. Champagne Hotel, I think. Well, I do now. And I ain't too happy about having to get myself checked either. There's nothing else I can tell you right now.
Need something? Yeah, the files tell an interesting story about her. Seems she reported a stalker just 6 months ago. I'd like to tell you we busted the bum, but I'd be lying. And my gut says it's no coincidence she's on a silver tray now. Partial print places him at the scene. Nice. On its own, that might not cut it, but add that to his name popping up so prominently on the Vic's schedule, oh yeah, consider the warrant issued. You say this Rogers was slotted to...
What for? I got a right to know what you want it for, don't I? I mean, I didn't kill her or anything. Why should I help you guys entrap me?
Mr. Rogers, the DNA sample can help clear you. We're trying to eliminate suspects from our list. We have a warrant, sir. You can give it to us, or we can take it.
Fine.
Our intern here is going to swab some epithelial cells from your mouth and take a hair sample with tweezers.
Ow. Take it easy. Couldn't you have been a bit gentler with that thing?
What's up? Can't think of much more to tell you about that. The DNA reference sample from Rogers, but the real story unfolds when I compare it against another sample. Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence.
They look identical. Strong likelihood our Mr. Rogers was in that hotel room around the time of the killing.
Need something? You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in.
It was? Yeah, I can see that. She liked it rough. Clawed my arm just to get a rise.
Now, tell me if this sounds familiar, Mr. Rogers. The day Kylie returned from getting her sobering diagnosis, she did the right thing. She called anyone that she'd had sexual contact with. You asked to meet her at the hotel to talk about it, but your anger came out when she arrived. Kylie scratched you, defending herself, so you forcibly tied her to the bedpost and blindfolded her. The walls in that hotel are paper thin, so you turned up the volume on the television using the remote, which you then pitched to the floor. You tore a strip from the bedsheet, which was when a hair from your head fell into the folds. Then you wrapped the sheet around the woman's throat and finished her off. Your revenge taken, you left, but not before leaving a little tip.
Make up all the stories you want. They're bull. Start to finish. Find yourself some other sucker.
In your mind, that young woman killed you. So you killed her.
That ain't what happened. She was alive when I left her. I swear it.
We'll let a jury decide that, but the evidence says otherwise.
It never ends. You did a good job on this case. You found a suspect that meets the requirements for means, motive, and opportunity. That's all we can do. The rest we leave up to the district attorney. Now, let's do your evaluation.